Hey, do you guys remember the time when Pharaoh promised the slaves a whole lot of future paid work for the job they did on the pyramid? Yeah, I don't either. In business, there's one golden truth, and that is that you must make a profit. However, what you need to do in order to make that profit is far less clear. One significant hurdle on the road to profitability is that when you are first starting out, or your company is still getting established, people might be willing to give you a chance to work, but they will try to offer you things instead of money as compensation. If your portfolio is not so strong, you might be right in taking these opportunities as a chance to build it. But make no mistake about it, people who don't want to pay you for your work are going to continue to be a reality throughout your entire professional career. They do this by promising you things in return for your labor that incur little to no cost to themselves and, when examined correctly, offer you little to no real benefit. Today we're going to address this issue by looking at 3 common alternative types of compensation, which are exposure, promise of future paid work, and experience, all of which may be valid when you are first starting out, but will ultimately never get you beyond having a portfolio. And you cannot pay your rent in portfolio. You also cannot pay for your groceries in portfolio, and it goes without saying that you cannot feed your kids portfolio at night for dinner. So let's get started. The problem with exposure is that it can be very vague, and when it is offered to you as pay, you must be very clear on exactly how it will be beneficial. So be prepared to ask at least several of the following questions. What is the plan for exposure? How can they guarantee that tons of the quote-unquote right people are going to see your work? How much creative authority do you get? How exactly is your work going to be represented as yours? How many people's careers have benefited from this arrangement before? Where can you contact those people? If your questions are met with hostility, dismissal, or joking around, that's your cue to leave and never look back. This person just wants free work done and has little to no concern for your success. And from my experience, I can tell you that this is usually going to be the case. I'm not saying that exposure is never valuable. If you're just starting out and you need that first big client, or you need your company to be attached to a successful project, then by all means, go for it. The point is that before you spend time and energy on something that ultimately does not belong to you, you should be certain that it is going to yield a real benefit for you. Okay, on to the next. I don't have money for your services now, but I'll be able to pay you next time if this one works out. Here is the logic train that is usually behind someone offering you this entirely suspicious deal. The person who wants your work but can't pay for it is usually trying to make their project look as amazing as possible by increasing production value however they can, in the hopes that they will produce something great while staying within their current budget. If they truly plan on paying you the next time, it will be contingent not only on the success of this project, but their ability to get more budget for the next one. It's hard to know where to begin with how many things can go wrong here. Again, like we saw with the promise of exposure, the promise of future paid work will come with tons of vagueness that you will have to put under the microscope in order to determine if it is in fact worth it. Things like, what is guaranteeing the success of this project? What is guaranteeing that there will be a next time? If there is a next time, what is guaranteeing that you will be chosen to work again? Who is in control of setting more budget for the next time? What is the position of the person asking you to do the work? Are they the CEO? If not, how can they guarantee anything? We could go on, but I think we can stop here. Is the promise of future paid work terrible? Pretty much always yes, and it's entirely up to you to figure out if the person you are talking to is for real. But I'll spare you the runaround right now by telling you that no, sadly, 99% of offers that only promise future money are not for real. Or there is some fishy commitment that hasn't been sprung on you yet. Remember to use those brains your mommy gave you and you'll be all right. Okay, last one. In my opinion, this one is the worst violator of them all, and it will go something like this. You know, you shouldn't charge me because you haven't quite ever done something like this before, so you should just do it for the experience. Laugh now, But I promise you, whether you are an artist, a chef, or a programmer, or an engineer, or anyone who creates something as part of your job, you are going to hear this one at least a few times. And when you are creating, many times you are going to be forced to work outside of your comfort zone. But it is because you are great at what you do that people will seek you out to work for them. And if they feed you a line like this, a line that is basically telling you that you are good enough to do the job, but not to be paid, then my friends, you know you've got a bad situation waiting to happen. Now, there are times when you will not find it fair or ethical to charge money because you are legitimately experimenting. But that is totally for you to decide, never someone else, especially not the person benefiting from your free labor. Exposure, the prospect of future income, and experience are good reasons to work without pay, but only when it is for something that you own. And that, my friends, is not the same as working for free. That's called investing in yourself. A lot of people try to trick you into thinking that what you are doing for them is self-development, but don't fall for it.
Imagine, not only from the student's perspective, the excitement of working with Digital Domain and building your resume while you're in college, seeing your name in movie credits while you're a junior and a senior, telling your mom that you're not wasting your time in college. But imagine what this does for our studio. Student labor. It's not only low cost, in our model it's free.
So in the comments below, let me know about how you handle people asking you to do work for free in your industry. Is it a big issue? Also, I'm going to leave some really good resources related to today's topic in the description box, so take a look at that. Okay guys, so I'm trying to do like one video every week, and I'm sorry that this one came out a little bit slower. I'm just still kind of experimenting with the format, and I'm trying to work on my writing skills, so thanks for bearing with me. Subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, you know, Pharaoh did get the slaves a whole lot of exposure to the sun.